What's going on, everyone? Talon here, and today we're going to be doing a build sesh review on Singularity. Alright, so Singularity I think is best built towards dodge, because she does have pretty low survivability, or she dies really fast, because she does have some iframes on her skills, which is nice, but she can't really take any hits. She's really fragile and dies quite quickly. So let's go ahead and check out her details here. Alright, so as you can see, my dodge right now is capped, but that is because of World Boss that is going on right now. World Boss is giving a extra 10% to dodge. Normally I have her at about 67% dodge, not quite at the cap, but that seems to be plenty. I think anything over about 60% on dodge is really good, especially if you are getting the alliance bonuses, because remember that does give you 14% dodge, which is not added to the dodge rating in this details page right here. So, that's going to be probably, I think, the best way to build her is dodge. If you wanted to go a different route, then you can make her more of a glass cannon and get more crit rate and crit damage, and also the ignore defense. Any of those three would be viable options for her as well if you plan to try to do more kiting and are really good at evading attacks with her. Alright, so let's go ahead and look at her gear. So, nothing special here. She's an energy attack, so we have energy attack or all attack. We have all defense. I went with HP here because I did get over 60% with my dodge, so I don't necessarily need to have all dodge here. But if you need a little extra dodge, I definitely recommend putting dodge on this skill right here, or on this gear right here. And then right here I have a combination of skill cooldown and ignore defense. Ignore defense is definitely good for helping her damage, because she does really only have one high damage skill. All the others are pretty mediocre, so you do want to help with her damage as well. So let's see her obelisk right here. I have a dual dodge obelisk with a invincibility proc, so this is really good, especially in Singularity, because I need that dodge, and also I have that invincibility, which does save me quite a bit when I've been trying her out in World Boss and other modes as well. So now let's go ahead and look at her skills here. So her most damaging skill is going to be her 5th skill right here, the Dimensional Tear, and that's also going to be her skill with the most AoE as well. So it's definitely her best skill by far, and with her recent rework it is a full iframe when you cast this skill, which is very nice, because before when casting it you could pretty much die because you would take so much damage while she was casting it because it was a slow animation. And then besides that, we have her 4th skill, Meteorite, which also is a iframe when she takes off, and then she lands right on the opponent, so you do have to be ready to evade. Generally, I will use the Space Fold skill, the number 2 skill, right after using the 4th skill, because then she kind of jumps backwards with a little bit of a teleport, which will help you to evade any attacks that are coming at you. And then also something that's really cool about Singularity is her passive, the Cosmic Pull, because it does give you immunity to guard break, paralyze, and stun, which is actually pretty nice, because you do notice that a lot while fighting world bosses or in Shadowland. You can kind of just run away from the enemies, and if they clip you with a skill, you don't get stunned or guard broken or anything like that. You pretty much are able to just get away clean sweep. So let's go ahead and check out her skills real fast, just so I can show you the rotation that I was talking about. Alright, so here she is. Let's turn on the AI here. So we'll hit them once, and then as you can see, her 5th skill is a full iframe now. They do stop shooting at her. Then her 4th skill, boom, right there, you're an iframe, and then you land right at the enemy. And you do get some AoE with this as well, because as you can see, it does hit pretty much all of them when she hits the ground. So that is very nice. Generally what I will do when fighting like world bosses or in like Shadowland or something like that, I do the 5th skill, and then immediately after I jump into the 4th, and then right after that I jump into the 2, which as you can see while she's teleporting back, it is kind of hard for her to get hit, which is really nice. And then also her 3 skill is very useful for Shadowland, because that really helps to guard break and stun enemies right there in Shadowland. It helps to give you some time in between cooldowns for your 5th skill, or for your 4th and 2nd skill as well. First skill, I use occasionally if they are, say, stunned with the 3 skill right here and I have nothing else off of cooldown, I will throw that in. But besides that, it's not too useful unless you're really close to the enemy and you see that they're about to do a very high damage attack, and then you can just get right behind them, which can help as well. But that's pretty much it for her skill rotation, so let's get back out of here. Alright, so now let's go ahead and look at our ISO set real fast. I do have Spy Tactics on her because I do need the extra skill cooldown right now. Until I get my alliance up to a little higher rating, I don't get the bonuses in Shadowland, so I really need that extra skill cooldown, especially when I'm playing in Shadowland. And Spy Tactics is a pretty good option if you need the skill cooldown, because as you can see, it has the Ignore Defense in there and attack speed, which is really nice to have. Of course, all the others are nice as well, the all attack, crit rate, and crit damage, but the ignore defense is the main one that you want to try to get, so that is very nice. Besides that, if you don't need the extra skill cooldown, definitely an attack-based ISO set would be good for her, or even a recovery one, but I would go with I Am Also Groot over Stark backing for her, just because she does benefit more from the DPS than the defense, because she will die still really fast even with that little boost in defense, so you definitely just want to pump out the damage with her. So that's going to be the ISO set. So now let's just go ahead and, one other thing to mention is she is very good for her leadership as well, because she is a energy attack leadership, which is really nice to have. All of the 30% leaderships are very good to get, so definitely also something to take in consideration if you're looking at investing in this character. So now let's just go ahead and run her really fast through a story mode mission. Okay, so here we are at story mission 10-8. So we're going to go ahead and take her in here, just let her go through on autoplay. I chose a team that doesn't give her any bonuses, so it's just going to be her doing all of the work here. And we'll just see how fast she can do it, and just watch her skill rotation when she's on autoplay. Okay, so as you can see, she is a bit slow, a minute and 30. Took her quite a while, but that's because her skills are quite slow animation, and they are not very, they don't have much area of effect, so you can't really kill groups of enemies very fast. She's more of a single target type character, but overall, she's a pretty safe character for just running autoplay. For up to story 10-8, she can do some of the special missions as well on autoplay. But besides that, not much use there, and she's definitely really slow, so not a good choice for one of your autoplay characters. So now let's just go ahead and go look at her in co-op real fast and see what kind of damage she can do there. Okay, so apparently I've used up all of my co-op entries for today. I did not realize that after you've collected all 5 sets of the rewards that you could not even play it again. I thought that you could play it again, just choose the option to not get rewards, but apparently not. It won't even let me go into co-op. So let's just go ahead and look at Villain Siege here. I'll put her on the hard Villain Siege and just see how much of Doc Ock's health she can take out. Okay, so she pretty much got him down to about half health. So as you can see, her DPS overall is pretty low. You can see that a majority of the DPS is from her 5th skill. All the other ones are pretty low on the DPS, but she is pretty safe when playing against characters that are stunnable, because she can pretty much either stun lock them or keep interrupting them with her iframes. So that is one thing that's pretty nice about her. So with that being said, let's go ahead and wrap this up, and I'll give you my final thoughts on the character. Alright, so that's going to be my build/review on Singularity. She's definitely a nice character, but she is not a high-tier character. She's more of a mid-range character. She is fun to play, and she can help you in some Shadowland levels, but she does have a little bit of difficulty with World Boss. She can clear World Boss, but it is a little tricky with her. You do have to be pretty careful while playing her. But besides that, she's good for her leadership. Energy attack leadership is really nice to have. There are, I know, quite a few leaderships for energy and for all attack, but she is a 30% one, so that is nice. But one of the major downsides to her is she is a kind of paywall character. She's with the A-Force, which are basically from the daily biometrics. You can get them sometimes from special biopacks that are in the store, but again, you still have to pay for those, so she is a paywall character. Where else can you find her? Oh, you can find her in Battle World occasionally, which is how I managed to get her gear ranked up. But that took me forever to do, so she is definitely kind of like a side project character that you can build up for her leadership, but she's not someone that I would really fast track or waste a mega rank up ticket on if you have other characters to spend it on. But if you're pretty much getting towards the end of your roster, she is definitely an option for that. And personally, I just like the character a lot, so I am going to be tier 2ing her just because I like the character. So look forward to seeing that video. And then, like at the end of all these videos, I like to suggest a character that I would like to see added to the game. And going off the kind of the theme of Singularity here, I'm going to go with Eternity. So Singularity is basically a living singularity based on, her name, Singularity, so there you go. And then Eternity is basically a living universe, so kind of just a more giant scale version of her, I guess you can think of it that way. So it'd be kind of cool to see him in game. I'd be curious to see how they would make his skills and stuff. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that it helped you for building your own Singularity or deciding if you did want to invest anything in her. And I will catch you in the next one.